Alright, how's it going? It's Grant with the Garden of Eder, and this is the rack update. So far we've got 3 coats of paint on the bottom, 2 coats of primer, and 1 coat of the black oil paint. And then we're trying to work on painting the rest of the stand with 2 coats of primer before we put the black. But we just wanted to do the bottom first to make sure that was sealed. That is the most important part of sealing, is make sure the bottom, because if any tanks over flood or anything like that, it's going to go to the bottom, sit right there. So those all have the proper amount of coats. So now we're just going to work on the rest of the stand from here on out. 2 coats of primer and black. Alright, so the 2 coats of primer are applied. I also forgot to mention before that we added a little shelf up top for the Elita, and then as well as drill some holes in the back of the stand for the airline pipe to sit in the back. It's just 3/4 inch PVC pipe, and then all we got to do now is let this dry and then apply the black oil based paint. Alright, so there you have it. The final coat of paint is on. We did a quick thick layer of the black oil semi-gloss and then 1 little touch-up coat real quick right after. You have to let this paint dry a good 24 hours before you're able to reapply another coat or really touch it at all or move it. But once it dries, it's really nice, very easy to clean, and looks incredible. So this is why this is our 6th stand now like this. We've always used the same paint. It's this Behr oil semi-gloss black, and then the primer. This time we used a primer and sealer. We used about a ½ gallon of each, and you probably could have used a little less, but we laid it on real thick to make sure we got in all the little nooks and crannies. And then we've got our Elita up top. This is our old backup Elita, but we just cleaned her up nice. It's the Elita 60 up there. And then we've got our holes drilled for the 3/4 inch PVC pipe. So the closed loop system will be the next video, and that should be pretty simple. We just got to run the PVC pipe behind the tanks and then drill holes for these little adjuster valves, and then you run the air line to the sponges, and that's it. And that pump will crank out enough air for all 36 tanks. So we've been quite busy, just happy to be moving along, able to get a coat of paint every day on this tank stand, and stay on top of all of our water changes and everything else that we got going on. So stay tuned for the next video. It'll be the closed loop system, and then after that we've got to stock and fill up all those tanks. So stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to follow along.